Shalom, I'm giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai, for the days, minutes, hours leading to the return of the one who the world calls Jesus Christ, which his real name is Yahweh Shai. Now, there's just a lot going on in the world right now. You got the Charlie Kirk situation, right? Which that is just going to cause more tension, more arguments, more distress amongst the nation, the different nations, more aggressiveness and anger and anguish amongst the people. You got a lot of these different diseases going on, right? You got earthquakes going on. I believe there was one in Europe. There's another one. You got a red moon that happened the other day, or excuse me, not a red moon, blood moon, whatever have you. So there's a lot going on right now. The Heavenly Father is upping the ante. I think the backstretch of this year is there's just going to be a lot happening. You know, it's starting to roll again. You know, there's times where you know things don't happen as much. Things are always going on and things are always being set up, but there's times where, you know, there's just not so many big events. But as of right now, there is a ton of giant events going on. The main one that's really blitzing and taking part in the media is the Charlie Kirk situation. But all these things and everything leads to prophecy and ultimately leads to the return of the one who the world calls Jesus Christ. So we're just going to continue to keep watching it, continue to keep watching these things unfold. I mean, that situation overtook 9/11. I didn't hear much anybody talking about 9/11. That situation completely overshadowed it. So yeah, we're just gonna watch these things and watch Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai do work. Matthew 24 verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And the funny thing is, I heard somebody the other day said it pisses them off when people talk about stuff like this. But you know, that doesn't mean that you got a tinfoil hat and you know just do something crazy or whatever. That just means that you're doing your things. You know, we all have to work. You know, we all have to do things, but you got a mindset to where you're thinking about the heavens. You know, your mind is stayed upon the heavens, and that's not a bad thing, and that doesn't make you bad or stupid or silly or a crazy person. As a matter of fact, a lot of times certain times the people who say that, they're not even handling their business themselves. You know, you got a lot of brothers handling their business, doing very well for themselves. You know, there's a lot of discipline that comes with the knowledge and faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai. Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So when you think of these different prophecies, like you think of the pestilence, you know, you see they got Legionnaire's disease. They got a flea causing a bubonic plague in Tahoe. Right, they got razor throat COVID that's just popping up, where it's so painful. The variant makes you feel like you have a razor stuck in your throat. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Right, and you got a whole bunch of earthquakes. You got sevens are now common now, and then you got all these other natural disasters. You got Erin. ERIN, and you got all these other natural disasters. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? So, you know, all these are just the beginning. So just continue to watch the Lord do work. Isaiah 19 verse 14, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in their vomit. Yo, these people are angry right now. There's a lot of just wild, angry people. Everybody's being divisive. Things like that, you know, and yes, yes, you know, you're supposed to be in the spirit of not having fear and things like that, you know, but just try your best not to be silly. You know, you have a lot of these people that, especially in your day to day, you have a lot of these people that want to blabber their mouths and things like that on their social media and things like that about the situation. You know, hey, you're only you know, there's just ways to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, you know, in this world. And yeah, people are showing their hands, and that's coming from not using wisdom. You know, this is Matthew chapter 7 verse 6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. Right. So, just use wisdom. Use wisdom in your conversation, and try your best to use wisdom in your day to day. Understand that we do have protection and things like that through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem El Shai. If you are under the Lord's guidance and under the Lord's protection, but the Lord also says don't tempt the Lord. So doing silly things and not using wisdom, yeah, people over there just not using wisdom in many ways. There's something else I was got to get. But yeah, the Heavenly Father is having people argue, having people fight, having people want to kill, having people want to do many things to each other over this man's death and opinions over this man. So Yahweh Shem El Shai is going to keep having the tension and the anger and the aggression of the different people rise in these last days. Divisiveness, right? Spirit of division, anger, anguish, frustration, opinionated, all that, So these are the things that we're going to continue to watch for as Yahweh Shem El Shai, as Yahweh is getting ready to send his son back. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 25. There shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Right, so sign of the sun and the moon and the stars. That was that blood moon that happened the other day. Yeah, I went outside and the moon was full and it was red. And I was like, okay, that's a sign. So things are going to start picking up even more than they are right now. You go on the media, people are brawling, protests everywhere. All signs. Verse 26, and this is going to hit. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Verse 27, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with power and great glory. See, and here's the thing. See, you have certain people that understand certain things, like certain people that are like, okay, you see this is probably going to lead to a race war. You got certain people, okay, you see this is going to lead to the mark of the beast. Not many people are saying all this is leading to the return of the one who the world calls Jesus Christ. All this is leading to, excuse me. How could I not have talked about? So I forgot fully what happened. Oh, yeah. They shot at a UFO. I forgot where it was over at, in Iran or Iraq or something like that. There was a what they call a UFO, which is really a chariot of Yahweh Shem El Shai. They shot at one, and I think it bounced off or something like that, or separated or something. But yeah, there was another chariot sighting. You could just look up UFO sighting, shooting. Something like that, and there was one just of recently that the government literally put out. So things are happening. You just got to be in the spirit of watching. When these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Right. So all these are leading to the redemption that draweth nigh of the nation of Israel, right, and the sons and daughters of the one who the world calls Jesus Christ, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Shalom.